Okay, welcome. It is Friday, the 25th of October, and we're going to do some analysis on the NQ and a bit of the ES. So, what's after happening? Well, I didn't make a video yesterday, but I made a post. We finally came into a bigger pool. It's nice, isn't it? I was talking about a short from here on this chart at the UK Open. We had a push up, and we came into my area that I was looking for shorts from. There was a nice block here. It didn't come as deep into this area as I expected it to. I didn't actually take a short from this area. I took one later. I took a small one. I forget where. I think it was here. Just to take this low. It was pretty small, but if I held it, it could have been massive. But that's okay. As I've said, I like if I'm not in the zone kind of properly, I'll be happy with just closing and taking what I can get. This was kind of US, right? And I don't trade US. But we took the big stuff, didn't we? We took the big stuff. These are now gone. And on bigger structure, we have just created a break of structure on like the hourly, right? So we had our change of character. I would call it a change of character now, proper change of character. Or bearish change of character. And then this was break structure, right? So took liquidity here and then pushed down. We came into this imbalanced area here and tapped off of the RTH gap. Just tapped it, really. That's all we needed. That's all we needed to get a nice retrace. Now, what happened yesterday? Well, we had a push up. Had kind of small little changes of character internally. Here, had little breaks of structure here coming up, and then US took this liquidity, which was, I think, Sydney's low. And now we've gotten call this a bullish change of character. I'm gonna remove this pull. This was all cleared. This break of structure kind of stems from down here, this internal mitigation, but I'm gonna just say that well, actually no, this has become bigger now. So this is our liquidity and this is our change of character. Internally, this took very small liquidity. We have liquidity sitting above these descending highs into a vector recovery. This was a little wash. It's all right. It's an okay wash. It could get taken. We do have just kind of a large pocket here, which I am cautious of, but there is a chance that we could just come up to this, perhaps take these highs and come into this back into this bullish or bearish pull. There is a chance, so I'm going to mark this as a high for liquidities. I'd like to see it close below this high with bearish signs. There's liquidity here, but depending on when that happens, US could push up higher. No. This was liquidity taken, right? we have created pockets here, but the way that this was kind of not mitigated, but yeah, I guess mitigated, but we took liquidity into it, it washed, and then it came down. I would say that coming back here would be, it would need some more structure to be built right before taking this would be in the cards. That's what it feels like to me. But they could just come back up. If they did, it would be because we've tapped into this greater pool, and we've technically tapped this RTH gap, like coming back up, I'd have to reassess where we are. But right now, even though we did come into a bigger pull, we do have more things we can do down here. I don't know if this necessarily is going to be the push that brings us all the way up. It seemed a bit messy to me. So I feel like they might just take liquidity and then perhaps bring it back into this area and see what supply and demand decides. For now, we seem to be bullish. What levels do we have? We have Sydney here. We have China or Tokyo, whatever you want to call it, down here. We just opened with the UK session, and this is actually a UK high, created an hour before the open. It was a news wick. I don't know if this is necessarily going to hold. I think we could come up into this pocket here. This pocket is really it's kind of, my eyes are being brought here. If we take a volume profile from here, we have a cluster of kind of areas around here. High volume node right in there. Yeah, but depending on how much power comes in when we take these highs, if we don't kind of immediately swing fail them, because they are kind of a source of a local structural shift. I'm just going to call it an internal one for the sake of it, like a bearish BOS internal here. Like this wash led to this break of structure, and I would like to see us swing fail these highs to get a nice retracement, perhaps back to this past daily VWAP, which we also have a point of control of this consolidation here, around there. I'm kind of looking at this liquidity to be taken. We have a lot of imbalanced price around here, around the US low down here. Big old block around there. I like the 10 minute. The 10 minute was responsible for an internal change of character, so let's mark that out. There is a FEG right above it. We could get a bounce from there. Maybe if we go down to the 1 minute, we'll see something a bit more actionable when the time comes, but I don't mind it. The fact that we also have the past daily VWAP here, there's a chance that even just taking this low, I mean, and filling this small FEG could do it, but I don't know whether I should call this a breakaway gap kind of thing. I don't know. It just seems imbalanced to me. We had a lot of retracements into it. If we come down here, I feel like we could kind of knife down into this block somewhere and then get a bounce, depending on when that happens. I know we're pushing for like buy side liquidity, so there's a chance that this is left for a while and they just induce these lows a bit more. We just took the Asian sessions highs. It'd be interesting to see what UK does. If it can't really get out of this area, it could be that we bring it down into this block for US to push up, which would actually be, in my eyes, like a nicer structural sign. I would really like to see price kind of test this pocket that's been built before pushing up, for me to be thinking that we're more bullish. But it is Friday, right? So they can, I know it's kind of the same for every day, but every other day they kind of have a bit of a narrative they can push for the week. But Fridays, it's either kind of run for liquidity and run for profit, or kind of chop central, right? They just like chop it sideways. Yeah, so depending on what they want to do, if they're really aggressive for liquidity up here, we could come a bit higher into this. Like, but this is the little area that I'm looking on. I'm not going to take this for granted, as even though it was a large swipe, and this was technically a break of structure back here. We did come into this pull. We did come into the block. We did mitigate the RTH gap. You know, there's a chance that this liquidity that they've taken is enough, but I'm not going to be placing a lot of trust on this initial bounce back just yet. So I'm still kind of eyeing up the idea that I could prioritize a bit of a short into structure. ES has nicely swing failed these lows. It is building a bit of a curve here. Granted, it is building a bit of a curve here. But let's not take it for granted that this swipe is going to be the one that carries us up even more. We have just gotten signs, technically signs of kind of weakness. Doesn't mean they can't come back up here. It depends on how weak this actually is, right? And I see it as if they, the deeper they come back up into here and reject, the weaker it is, right? And the more that they accumulate and give nice accumulation around here, the stronger that this would be for as a case for a higher low. We have a bearish pull here. They could take out some stops. They could hit some break evens, you know, and that might be nice little waterfall to fill some orders that are down here. There is a chance. Let's see, even deeper structure. We kind of only have this change of character. You could argue that this internal lick grab in here is enough to push this up. Again, if we get breaks up here and start creating structure, taking liquidity higher and higher, and this kind of area here doesn't seem to phase price, then a bigger grab might be in order. For liquidity washes that I like, there's this one. And I even when it was falling, I noticed this liquidity, like this very, very kind of steep pocket that they built here, with some vector recovery. There is a chance that they come just up to there and pull it down. We're not too far away. It all depends on how they want to lay this out, whether they want to bring it up for US or down first. This is our pull, and our pull extends in between structure, so we can come back into here and send it up from there. Like it's possible. We are still kind of macro, you know, bullish, and I've been saying for a while that, you know, I would invite price to come back into these areas, and I can't say that I haven't gotten what I was expecting, and as a result, price could move up from here. We did take liquidity into this greater pull, but I'm going to wait for a small bit more of price moving and taking liquidity inside of these areas. We have equal lows. Basically, they're pretty flat. I know it's nested within Sydney. That could be enough for UK to just push up and not come back for him. But we do have, they're pretty equal lows. Could be left for US. It's just stack liquidity. I know they're not equal, but actually these lows on the actual NQ chart are completely flat, right? These ones are. They're dead flat. So, yeah. We just seem to be coming up to this news wick at the moment. This news wick was responsible for an internal bearish break, but the thing is we've come and we pushed through structure very nicely to take liquidity, reacted off this little block here, which mitigated this this fair value gap down here, and now we've changed character internally, so I could see us moving sideways or maybe up a bit into this pull it down into here, base out around here for US, and then push it up. But the thing is, we don't have much time, right? I mean, yeah, we have until like this. It's Friday, right? So we have until like here. So what can they do inside here? Well, they can do a lot of volatility, but I don't know where they will end, right? They could make a run for this liquidity. They could. Or if they want to just chop it around, they could bring it up into just this area here and then bring it down and then end it kind of 50%, right? Like of these areas, and keep it vague until Monday. Sometimes they like to do that. You know, they could do something like this, like just end price up around here or here or here after a load of volatility. So I'm just going to play the local pulls that are shown. Might actually not trade much today. I've had a really nice week, and yeah, I'm just going to trade the things that seem very clear to me at the moment. But right now we are bullish, locally bullish. So I might use that momentum to take some liquidity, right? Where did my lick line go? There we go. Like maybe this. There's a nice pull here. I like that pull. So yeah. What else? Is there many more catalysts? Let's zoom out. Let's take a wider look at where we are. We have huge blue vector recovery down here on the 4 hour, which was mitigated by a green hammer, or whatever you want to call this, green wick. The PA that we made around here, and not even PA, but money flow, was pretty messy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I really trust this move up because of that. A little 4 hour candle there, a little block. I like the look of it, so I'm gonna mark it. Maybe there's more catalysts around there. I'm just going to mark that a plain old 4 hour, because we might zoom in and it might be ruined, you know, it might be mitigated. Let's see, is there any more confidence around there? Just because I saw it, why not? This was a structural area, point of control. Yeah, I know they front ran the point of control as well. Even when price was up here, I think the point of control was actually, was it a bit higher? Where would it have been? I think it was just like this consolidation here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. I was expecting it to come a bit higher. I don't know, I'll look into that block a bit later. Definitely took a lot of liquidity here. They did a lot of inducement. But I'm still a bit iffy on the fact of us coming straight up from here. I think it would leave a lot of imbalances unless we were able to kind of close. Like I remember that this was a notable area for me because it didn't actually necessarily lead to an immediate change of character that I thought was extremely noticeable. I feel like coming back up and closing above here, instead of what a lot of people would think would happen is like price coming back down. I feel like closing above here would actually signify a rather large change. I think we would probably break the high at that stage. I think so. So yeah, I'm looking for this bullish pull to come in to play around this area here. Maybe take some liquidity, start moving down. That would be cool. Depending on what UK wants to do, how they want to set up US. I'm gonna just do a few scalps, I think, today. Both of the pulls I'm interested in are outside of current price range, so it's kind of a waiting game for me at the moment. This block was mitigated. I would want this to be taken. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. We have a nasty naked point of control down here as well, but I don't know when we're going to come for that, but it's pretty nasty little area down there. So it's Friday. They can just kind of play a bit of mania. Sometimes catching pure momentum is the best call on these days. My flush period where it pushes up or down around a certain time or breaks structure or whatever the most notable move is going to end in 5 minutes. So depending on what happens then, I might take it a little short, or I might take a continuation long to hit this liquidity. If I was going to do that, I mean, we have to do. Oh, okay. See, I don't really like counting this as liquidity. I want to see if we get a lot of closes. I don't really want to take this push down as a pull yet. I want to come into a greater catalyst, right? So if we get a big short squeeze up to here very soon, there's definitely a chance that I would start looking at shorts if we take this liquidity, right? The earlier we do it, the better, I think. Excuse me. All right, that's it for me today. Pretty light analysis. They did what I wanted them to do. Yay! They came into the bigger pull. Finally, this was great. Actually, I loved this range. I did very well during this range. Now we're widening things out a bit, and it'll take a bit of time to see what exactly they want to do. So, yeah, don't try and catch much FOMO around here. Never try and catch FOMO. Just listen to the charts. And yeah, happy trading, guys, and have a good weekend. We'll catch you Monday. Bye.